Hey, Lisa, you got a little time?
Oh, hello, Mary. Sorry. I'm actually at work now. Not really supposed to be using my phone. I'll send you a line later on during my break.
Oh, yeah? Even if it's about your husband, George?
Huh? George? What's George got to do with you?
If you don't hear me out now, you may regret it later on.
What are you talking about?
I'll be straight with you, Lisa. George and I are getting married. There, I said it.
Wait, what? What are you even saying? Is this a joke? George is my husband. He can't marry you. That makes no sense.
Yeah, but once you divorce him, it starts to make perfect sense.
It's not as simple as that. Just hold on a second. I'm going to take the afternoon off and confirm this with George.
Oh yeah? Can you even confirm it?
Yeah, he's at home today, working remotely. Once I get home, we'll clear the whole thing up. It's all a big mistake. Or some sort of prank you're pulling.
Yeah, but maybe it would be better for you if you didn't do that.
Why do you say that?
I don't know how to tell you this, but I'm at your place. Or should I say bed now with George. Not sure you want to witness that.
Excuse me?
Kinda naughty, don't you think? Making love with my younger sister's husband in their own bed. I can't get enough of it. This guilty pleasure. It's intoxicating.
I just got a line message from George. So, it's all true, huh? This is not a joke.
Just as I said, right? He even said I'm way more attractive than you. True that. He says he prefers older women. Who would have thought, huh? So it's decided. George is mine. End of story. That means you have no reason to come home. You're not wanted here.
What about you? As I recall, you're married too.
That's all taken care of. I was worried I wouldn't be able to pay him off, but good old George saved the day and settled that no problem. The divorce went through without issues just this morning. Good riddance to that guy.
George paid it off. Huh. I'm surprised.
When you got money, you got money. George is loaded.
Do as you like, Mary. Hope you don't have any regrets.
Oh yeah? I'm surprised you gave up so easily. I was expecting a bigger fight. I'll send the divorce papers over to Mom and Dad's place. Sign it and submit it at City Hall as soon as you can. You got that? Hey Lisa, what's up? Has it already been 6 months? Time flies.
Is that you, sis? What the hell do you want? You got a real nerve contacting me after what you pulled.
Yeah, I knew you would be this way. I kinda understand how you feel, actually. I was just texting you to tell you something very important.
Is this about you guys finally getting married?
You already heard? You must be clairvoyant.
Kinda obvious. Why else would you contact me? Just want to rub it in my face. I saw it coming a mile away.
Aw, shucks. I was going to gloat all about how happy I am. Here you squirm. This is no fun.
Everything you say is no fun. I have no interest in what you have to say.
I always hated your smugness. Really pisses me off to this day. No wonder George picked me over you.
Like you said, he prefers older, more wise and experienced women.
What's that supposed to mean? You saying I'm an old lady? All said and done, that just sounds like loser talk. Just oozing with envy.
Think what you like, Mary. I'm over it.
Oh yeah? Well, if you hear what I have to say now, those feelings will come bubbling up again. I'm sure of it.
What now?
We're headed to Europe for our honeymoon.
To Europe? Seriously?
Yup, we're hitting the top spots. London, Paris, and Milan. I always wanted to see Italy. Can't wait. And here's the icing on the cake. We're having a little intimate wedding in Paris. Can't you believe it? George plans on spending upwards of $30,000 on the whole thing. I feel like a celeb.
You're not serious. Where'd he get that kind of money?
He's got money. That's another reason I married him.
This is way beyond belief.
I knew I would see those envy bubbles come burbling up.
It's not really envy, more like astonishment.
Astonished, envy, jealousy. It's all the same to you. You were always so mundane. Boring little relative-only wedding at a local church. You had like 2 of your best friends from high school attend, and that was it. What a total joke. You guys didn't even go on a honeymoon, did you? What a huge difference. Never thought such a disparity would show up now. The way he loves and cares for me. It's like night and day.
Well, that was then. You can take it however you like. But I can tell you this, you shouldn't be so extravagant. It might come back and bite you in the you-know-what.
Huh? Extravagant? What are you talking about? That word does not exist in George's vocabulary.
I mean, think of the debt he accumulated. The compensation to me, not to mention to your ex-husband. Not really nickels and dimes. The total amounts to over $100,000, right? And George paid this himself? He paid all that and now another $30,000 for a honeymoon and wedding in Paris? It just doesn't add up. I was aware of his financial situation. He was left broke after we divorced. You can understand my alarm.
There you go again. The green-eyed monster rears its ugly head. I thought you weren't jealous.
I'm just warning you. Seems a little self-destructive is all. Just saying.
Like I said before, George is loaded. He has no money worries. I thought you knew all about this. He was your husband after all.
No, I never knew he had so much money, to be honest.
What's $100,000, much less $30,000? That's just chump change to him. I wish you would just admit defeat and froth at the mouth with envy. That would make my day.
Okay, I tried warning you. If you're so set on having the upper hand, have it your way.
Yeah, I do have the upper hand. You giving up so easily kinda makes me feel sorry for you.
Think what you like. Like I said, I warned you out of concern, not envy. Just so you're aware. I've already cut all ties with you. I don't think of you as my family after what you pulled. So I really don't care what happens to you. Don't come crying to me later.
I'm fine with that. That means you will no longer have any feelings for my George. That's exactly what I wanted. Hey Lisa, you there? Guess where we are? Yup, that's right. We're in Paris. We just exchanged vows in a beautiful cathedral. It's so beautiful.
Oh yeah, I didn't even know you were gone. So, what do you want?
Bet you're pretty envious right about now.
No, not really. Actually, I'm feeling empathy and a touch of pity towards what's coming.
Are you still harping on about that? I told you George is swimming in cash. We have no worries ahead. Full steam ahead, I say. I'm even confident in saying we're set for life. I mean, how else could he plop $30,000 down just like that? You tell me.
Set for life? Really? Without any income? That makes no sense.
Pardon me? What do you mean, no income?
You're saying he never told you? George has been unemployed for quite some time now.
Wait, what? Unemployed?
Yeah, that's right. Jobless, out of a job, without gainful employment. Even if he did gain unemployment after divorcing me, I'm pretty sure his bank account is at zero after all the compensation he paid. There's no way he could get his hands on $30,000 just like that.
Wait, back up a bit. What's this about him being jobless? What's going on here?
Are you serious? He never told you?
What the hell are you talking about? Tell me for God's sakes.
He got fired from his job after they found out he was having an affair with you.
Pardon me? You can't be serious. You can't get fired for infidelity. That's unfair dismissal. They deserve to get sued for this.
Come on, Mary. You don't seem to understand. You said it yourself.
Me? What did I say?
George was at home doing remote work. When you guys were making love, right? Working remote means he's on company business hours. Having an affair with a married woman on company time? Sounds like a good reason for dismissal to me.
Yeah, but...
The company has ways to check whether an employee is working or not. With widespread use of remote work recently, it's kind of hard to be inactive without them knowing. And it wasn't just a one-time thing either. It evidently affected his work performance. They had all the evidence, so he got fired. I warned you about this. And I don't really think he got any kind of surveillance package or meaningful retirement bonus. But I'm really curious about that $30,000 for this honeymoon you're on. How did he manage that?
So does that mean he wasn't working at home, doing remote work all this time?
Yeah, like I said, no gainful employment. Yeah, pretty sure.
No, this is some kind of sick joke.
What I can't understand is why you even thought he was rich. He's just a normal office worker, not some elite businessman.
Huh? Just an office worker?
Of course the company he worked for was a major corporation, and his pay was a bit more than average, but basically he was just a salaried worker. So when you said he plopped down $30,000 just like that, I was like, what? No way he could afford that.
Hold on a sec. You say he's a salaried worker? I heard he was an executive, that he was making a six-figure salary.
Pardon me?
I saw his name on the company's homepage.
Oh, that? I think you mistook him for someone else.
What are you talking about mistook him for someone else?
Yeah, the vice president has the same last name as George. That's probably who you saw.
You're lying.
I mean, come on, Mary. Think about it. George isn't even 30 yet. How could he be an executive at a major corporation? It doesn't make any sense. He wasn't even a star employee or a top salesman or anything. Just your run-of-the-mill pen pusher. Didn't you even think it was odd?
This is not happening. Then why did I even steal him away from you? For what purpose? What am I going to do now? I've been totally conned. I don't want him anymore. You can have him back, Lisa.
No thanks. I better get back to work.
Wait a sec. You can't leave me hanging.
Goodbye. Have fun in Paris. I later heard that the honeymoon ended right then and there. They cut it short and came back stateside, but they weren't able to get a refund for that extravagant trip. I was later informed that George told my sister that he had gotten fired. As you can imagine, Mary and George got into a fierce argument, her accusing him of tricking her into marrying him. They eventually ended up filing for divorce. That $30,000, you ask? George borrowed that money from his sister. He convinced her that he wanted to take his new wife on a once-in-a-lifetime trip to Europe. His sister apparently signed some loan application as the grantor for some disreputable moneylender without properly reading the agreement. Last I heard, he was saddled with 2 or 3 part-time jobs just to pay off his debts. I just can't understand people. Why can't they manage their money properly? Don't they see the consequences? Anyway, as long as they don't interfere with my life going forward, I'm fine with that.
I just finished work, Alice. I'm coming home now. How you feeling? Did you go to the hospital?
Thanks for asking, John. I think I feel a bit better than this morning, but I've got a headache again this evening.
Right. You still don't seem to be recovered. Are you okay?
Feeling a little rough, but not too bad. My doctor saw me and gave me some medicine. So hopefully I'll feel better after this.
Just try to get some rest.
Thanks. I'm sorry I can't help out much with the housework.
Don't you worry. It hasn't been too long since the birth. Why don't you take a break for a bit?
But there's housework to keep on top of, so I don't want to be too idle. I need to take care of Sophie, too.
If it gets too much, my parents will take care of Sophie. Alice, I can do the housework after I come home from work, so you can just sleep as much as you need.
Are you sure, John? Oh, I feel guilty.
You don't need to feel guilty. It's the job of both parents to take care of the child. Your body's weakened from the childbirth. You should focus on recovering. I'll make sure I get home early and help you out.
Thank you. I'm so glad I married you, John.
Alice, this is nothing. I just want to make sure you and Sophie are okay.
You love Sophie so much, don't you?
But she's so cute. Butter wouldn't melt in her mouth.
See, I told you. Sophie is very lucky. Her dad treats her so well.
Really? Isn't this normal?
I don't think many parents would do this much. You have work, too.
On that note, after we get through this busy period at work, I might be able to get paternity leave.
Really? Didn't you say they wanted you to delay it because they needed more people?
The 2 new people who started 2 months ago are very good. I think they'll be fine without me. I asked Ewan, and he said I should be able to take the time off.
That's great. I'll be very happy. It'll be so nice to have you around the house.
Right? We'll get through this busy period soon. So you only have to wait a little longer.
I'm looking forward to it. We'll have a great time together. John, I'm sorry. I need you to do something for me.
What's wrong, Alice? You sound serious. Something happened?
I've been feeling nauseous from this morning. So I went to the hospital.
Oh no, are you okay? Is this food poisoning or something?
No. They examined me and found a brain tumor. I have 1 year to live.
What? You can't be serious.
I wouldn't joke about something like this.
Well, but isn't it all a bit too sudden? You've been going to the hospital all these times, but they're only noticing this now?
I'll tell you the details when you come home, John. But I just thought I was feeling unwell because of the childbirth. So the doctor didn't run any brain scans until now. Nobody thought that I'd have cancer at such a late stage.
Oh, is that how this works?
What's with that reaction? Are you saying that I'm lying? I was told I don't have much time. I even have the diagnosis papers. Why don't you believe me?
I'm sorry, I'm not accusing you, Alice. I'm just having a tough time coming to terms with this because it's so sudden.
I'm the one who's really struggling. I thought after giving birth to Sophie we could have a happy life together. But I won't be able to see her grow up. This couldn't be any worse.
You're right. You're the one that's really going through the most. I'm sorry I said something so insensitive. What should I do from now? What can I do to help you, Alice?
I thought about it. About what I can do for my family. So that's why I said, there's something I want you to do for me.
What is it? I'll do anything, Alice.
I want to get a divorce.
Huh? Divorce? Why?
I think my body is just going to wither away from now on. I don't want you to see me get weaker and weaker. I want you to remember the healthy me, John.
No, I can't do that to you. Let me support you, Alice.
You've got Sophie to take care of, John. You shouldn't be wasting time on me.
What are you saying? I'll look after both you and Sophie. My parents will take care of Sophie sometimes.
I don't want to cause trouble for everyone. Please, forget about me and enjoy the next stage of your life. I'm sure you won't have any trouble finding a lovely new wife, John. Please?
Don't just decide all this on your own. I can't leave you while you're ill, and I can't get remarried so quickly. Of course I can't just throw you away like that.
Please, it's my dying wish to you. Please think of this like what I left to you in my will.
I can't. Even if that's what you want, Alice, I can't agree to this.
I'm sorry to be so selfish. I only had a short time with her, but I was so glad to have Sophie. I know you don't want this, John, but my mind is decided. I'll move out of our house soon. Just take good care of Sophie. I just got to the airport now. This is the last time I'll contact you. I'm sorry. I just think you'll be happier without me.
Yep, thanks for everything.
What's so funny? I had to make a very difficult decision. Why are you being so horrible?
Sorry. I just couldn't hold it in anymore. You're so bad at acting.
Acting? What are you talking about?
The cancer's a lie, isn't it? I checked.
What do you mean? Why would I lie about that? And I showed you the diagnosis papers. That's pretty solid evidence.
Well, the terminal illness in itself wasn't so unbelievable. Sometimes life throws you curveballs. But it's what you said after that. It was just unnatural. I found what you said suspicious, so I investigated.
Investigated? How?
My coworker's wife happens to work at that hospital as a nurse. I got her to check the diagnosis. But there was nothing on your records to say you were terminally ill. So the papers you showed me must have been forged.
How could they have been? It's what my doctor gave me.
Yeah, that doctor of yours is pretty suspicious too.
What's so suspicious about him?
So that's why I researched him too. I found out about him from my coworker's wife and her networks in the hospital.
What? You went sniffing around him so much? How embarrassing.
You're the embarrassing one.
What are you talking about?
You don't know, do you? There's a rumor among the nurses that you and your doctor are having an affair.
What?
When he's examining you, it always takes a long time. Plus, you're often alone together in his room. One nurse even saw you and him together outside of the hospital.
Oh, but that's just a rumor. That's just a misunderstanding. Oh, that's why I hate gossipers.
Well, I thought you would deny it. I've actually checked your phone secretly. There were loads of evidence from texts to photos with you and your affair partner. I've also been having a private investigator checking you from a while back.
A detective? What is this? A soap opera? What, are you serious? You were doing all this behind my back?
Hey, don't bash the PI. She's very professional and good at her job. 2 days ago, you went with that doctor to a hotel, didn't you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I have photos for proof. You realize you can't just talk your way out of this anymore, right?
No, you're wrong. I'm not lying.
If you were going to lie, you should have made a more convincing one. A terminal illness out of the blue, followed immediately by a request for a divorce? It was all moving way too fast.
But
I'm going to ask you once. Try not to lie to me this time. How long have you been involved in this way with the doctor? Tell me.
We met 2 years ago.
And?
I thought he was a great guy, so I made him my regular doctor. After I kept seeing him as my doctor, I started to have feelings for him. But around that time, I got pregnant with Sophie. So I thought of a way to push the baby onto you and get married to the doctor.
So that's why you faked having cancer? Don't you feel guilty for abandoning your newborn child? Didn't you think about us after you left us?
I didn't think about that. I was just going to pretend you didn't exist after that.
Are you serious? Can't believe how cold you would be to us.
But that's how much I love him.
Whatever. I don't have any feelings for someone who would abandon us in such a calculating way. Let's just divorce and be done with it. But I'll be suing you for emotional damages, and you'll be paying me child support.
Why would I pay you child support? It's fathers who pay child support.
What are you talking about? Child support is what the parent with custody gets. Gender doesn't matter.
Really?
Of course. Isn't it obvious?
But I didn't know that.
You didn't even know that. Oh, whatever. I'm too tired to be angry or surprised anymore. But just know that I'll be getting that money.
Fine, do what you want. I'm going to be marrying a doctor. On his salary, the lawsuit and the child support won't even matter.
I wonder if it'll be so simple. Life doesn't always go so smoothly.
Are you jealous, John? That's why you're saying such horrible things.
You're calling me horrible after all you did? After you tell us such a stupid lie and try to abandon us?
I just thought you'd be hurt if I told you the truth. That's why I did you a kindness.
What kindness? What you did isn't called kindness. Your morals are way off.
Enough. Anyway, I'm leaving you. That's why I tried to show you one last kindness. John, help me. I'm sorry for everything I did. Please, forgive me.
What is it? It's late. I thought I could finally sleep now that Sophie's sleeping.
I apologize for everything I've done. So can you call off the lawsuit?
Huh? Why? I don't want to.
I don't have the money.
You're getting married to that doctor, right? Yesterday you said you don't care what I did, right? It won't even matter on his salary, you said.
But we're not getting married now.
Oh? Why's that? Didn't you leave me to get married to him?
The hospitals found out about the forged diagnosis papers. So he said that we need to stop the affair so he can keep his job.
Oh no, poor you. I guess he left you.
He hasn't left me. I pulled back to save his career.
Nope, sounds to me like he ditched you.
No, that's not it. Anyway, I've got no money, so I won't be able to afford the lawsuit and the child support. So please, back down.
Nope.
Why?
Raising a child as a single parent is tough. The more money I have, the better. Don't think I'll let you get off for free after cheating on me and abandoning us.
Then I've got an idea. Let's forget about the divorce.
Come again?
Then it'll be back to normal for us. If I help with raising the baby, you won't need child support.
Come on. Quit joking. You can't just come back from what you did. I won't even let you into the house.
Why not? Aren't you struggling with me gone? It's better for Sophie if her mother is around. It's bad for her to be raised by a single parent. I'm sure she'll be miserable with just her dad raising her.
I'm sure it'll be tough, but it's 100 times better than having an irresponsible mother like you around. I was doing most of the housework before the divorce anyway. Our lives won't really change all that much when you're gone.
That's not true. While you were at work, I looked after Sophie and did all of the housework.
To phrase it another way, I did everything when I was at home. And my parents were looking after Sophie most of the time. You were just sleeping. I did all the cleaning, laundry, and the cooking, too.
I couldn't help it. I was unwell.
Ugh. Knowing what I know now, you feeling ill back then is pretty suspect. I bet you were making that up so you could go see your affair partner.
That wasn't a lie. I really was unwell.
No, I can't trust you. I'm not sure I can trust anything about you. Not that it matters now anyway. Either way, you being around isn't really going to lighten my load.
Look, just give me one more chance. I'll show you that I've changed, and I'll be a good mother. I promise.
I don't care about you anymore. Like you said to me, Alice, I should just forget about you and enjoy the next stage of my life. Goodbye.
Don't ignore me. How can you have this attitude towards your wife when she's in trouble?
It's just karma for what you tried to do to us. Don't you try to play the victim. I'll forget about you. I won't tell Sophie about you. It'll be better for her that way. After that, as I thought, Alice's affair partner left her. Looks like he abandoned Alice to save his own skin. But there was no way he could keep the affair and forged paper secret, so he was fired anyway. I decided to kick him while he was down, so I sued him for a large sum of money for emotional damages. I didn't think it was fair for just the affair partner to get away. Alice was left all alone. She didn't have a job or any money, so she went crying to her parents. But her parents heard from me about what she did, so they turned her away. Alice went to all her friends and relatives begging for money, but nobody wanted to know. Seems like everyone ignored her. I can't help but feel like it was karma at play. I'm raising Sophie as a single parent now, with the support of my parents. Life is full of struggles, but seeing Sophie's face gives me strength. I can't believe Alice would abandon such an adorable baby. I want to raise her with enough love for 2 parents.